Lots of major earnings and key economic data prints on the horizon for this week. We'll get our first 2 Mag 7 reports of the season on Tuesday, and the Fed's preferred inflation gauge is set to be released on Friday. We'll also get the advanced quarterly GDP print for Q2, as well as reports from major auto brands, communications companies, and some more Abbvie picks. Let's get right into the weekend. The earnings start nice and early on Monday with Verizon and Truist Financial. At 8:30 a.m., we'll get the Chicago Fed National Activity Index for June. This metric hit 3-month highs in May 2024, reaching 0.18, and is expected to rise even more to reach 0.3 for June. The 4-week and 8-week bill auctions are scheduled for 11:30 a.m. Another slew of earnings after the bell. The companies that are scheduled to report include Cleveland-Cliffs, SAP, Nucor, and NXP Semiconductors. Keep an eye on NXP for any potential chip sympathy moves. The Dutch semiconductor stock is expected to post $3.13 billion in quarterly revenue. Tuesday kicks off with even more earnings, including a report from Spotify. The music streaming giant beat estimates for earnings per share and revenue with its last report, though its 615 million monthly active users fell slightly below street estimates of 618 million. Analysts like Jefferies and Wolfe Research released positive notes on the stock heading into the report, while Redburn Atlantic downgraded its rating to a sell. Let's see if Spotify is able to meet or exceed the consensus revenue estimate of $4.07 billion when it reports on Tuesday morning. Tons of other names reporting on Tuesday morning. We'll get earnings from GE Aerospace, shipping giant UPS, General Motors, Comcast, and Warren Buffett favorite Coca-Cola. Some economic data on tap for Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. when we'll get existing home sales for June. Analysts are expecting 2.45 million home sales in June, a slight uptick from the 4-month low of 4.11 million in May. Also on watch is the month-over-month change in existing home sales. The Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index, Manufacturing Shipments Index, and Services Index for July are also scheduled for 10 a.m. At 1 p.m., we'll get the 2-year note auction and the June money supply. Also, keep an eye out for Pfizer and Merck throughout Tuesday's session. Both companies are scheduled to appear at the 25th International AIDS Conference. 2 massive reports after the bell on Tuesday. We'll get earnings from both Tesla and Alphabet. Tesla kicked off July with an impressive 7-day rally on higher than expected Q4 deliveries, then dropped 8% in a single session after Bloomberg reported that its robotaxi unveiling would be delayed. The EV heavyweight missed estimates for both earnings per share and revenue for Q1 2024, but CEO Elon Musk moved up the production timeline of new models to early 2025 or even late 2024. Analysts are looking for Tesla to report $25.1 billion in Q2 2024 revenue. Alphabet, meanwhile, is coming off a fantastic Q1 report. The company announced a 20-cent quarterly dividend and a $70 billion buyback program, with revenue jumping by 15% year over year. Alphabet also noted increases in ad sales, Google Cloud, and AI investment. Exciting updates in Q2 include the company's I/O Day in May and Google's reported talks of a $23 billion acquisition deal with Wiz. Let's see if Alphabet's able to meet or exceed revenue estimates of $70.55 billion for the quarter. Also reporting after the bell are Visa, Enphase, Mattel, Texas Instruments, Capital One Financial, and the Chubb Corporation. This will be Chubb's first report since it was revealed to be Berkshire Hathaway's hidden stock purchase in mid-May 2024. The insurance company is the 9th largest Berkshire holding, with a position valued at $6.7 billion. Chubb is expected to post $13.37 billion in quarterly revenue. Another round of earnings to kick things off on Wednesday morning. We'll get reports from names like NextEra Energy, Vertiv, Lamb Weston, and AT&T. Given that AT&T just reported a data breach impacting 110 million customers, the report could be one to keep an eye on. Analysts are expecting the company to report $30.39 billion in quarterly revenue. Some economic data to keep an eye out for as well once the market opens. At 9:45 a.m., we'll get the flash prints for S&P Global Composite, Manufacturing, and Services PMI for July. At 10 a.m., we'll get the new home sales and monthly change in new home sales for June. This metric dropped by 11.3% in May to hit a 6-month low of 619,000 homes, so this reading could be an interesting one. Half an hour later at 10:30 a.m., we'll get the EIA crude oil and gasoline stock changes, followed by a couple auctions, the 17-week bill auction and 2-year FRN auction at 11:30, and the 5-year note auction at 1 p.m. We'll get another round of earnings after the bell, including Chipotle's first report after its 50-to-1 stock split. The stock has been in a downtrend since post-split trading began on June 26th, and everyone from customers to a Wells Fargo analyst has expressed concerns about portion sizes. Let's see if Chipotle can quell any of these fears with its report, where analysts are looking for $2.87 billion in quarterly revenue. Several other companies are scheduled to report post-market on Wednesday, including IBM, Ford Motor Co., ServiceNow, and Whirlpool. Keep an eye on travel stocks on Thursday morning, with both American Airlines and Southwest Airlines set to report. Analysts are looking for $14.49 billion in revenue from American and $7.47 billion in revenue from Southwest. Other companies on the docket include consumer brands Hasbro and Keurig Dr. Pepper, and healthcare heavyweights Abbvie and AstraZeneca. So many economic data releases at 8:30 on Thursday. Chief among them, the advanced quarterly GDP growth rate for Q2. The gross domestic product for the U.S. grew by 1.4% in Q1 2024, and this first Q2 print is expected to show growth of 1.5%. We'll also get the advanced quarterly change in GDP sales and the GDP price index for Q2. Durable goods orders are also on watch for 8:30. Analysts are expecting the metric to rise by 2.1% on a month-over-month basis for June, well above the 0.1% increase in May. The month-over-month change in durable orders ex-transport and durable orders ex-defense are also set to be released. Other releases at 8:30 on Tuesday include the advanced month-over-month change in retail inventories ex-autos for June, the advanced quarterly change in PCE prices and core PCE prices for Q2, the advanced quarterly change in real consumer spending for Q2, non-defense goods orders ex-air for June, and initial jobs claims for the week ending July 20. A few more prints to watch out for throughout the day. At 10:30, we'll get the EIA natural gas stock change, followed by the Kansas Fed composite and manufacturing indices for July at 11. We'll also have the 7-year note auction at 1 p.m. and the 15-year and 30-year mortgage rate set to come a little bit earlier at 12 p.m. After the bell at 4:30 p.m., we'll get the Fed's balance sheet. Also after the close are earnings reports from names like Dexcom, Skechers, Texas Roadhouse, and Juniper. Friday kicks off with one last round of earnings for the week, with companies like Bristol Myers Squibb, 3M, Charter Communications, and Booz Allen Hamilton all scheduled to report. Huge inflation report coming out at 8:30 when we'll get the PCE data for June. Analysts are looking for the personal consumption expenditures index, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, to come in flat on a month-over-month basis and rise by 2.5% on a year-over-year basis. The year-over-year PCE for May dropped to 2.6% from the April print of 2.7%. So let's see if that gradual easing can continue. Also get the monthly and yearly changes in the core PCE price index, along with the month-over-month changes in personal income and personal spending for June. Our last series of economic data prints for the week comes at 10 a.m., with the final Michigan consumer sentiment print for July. The preliminary print came in at 66, below the Q2 print of 68.2 and the lowest level the metric has seen since November 2023. Let's see if this last print is any improvement over the preliminary number. We'll also get the final July prints for current 5-year inflation expectations, consumer expectations, and current conditions. And that's the week ahead. You made it to the end of the video, so like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get every single notification. Check us out at 8:30 a.m. from Monday to Friday on TraderTV Live.